Okay, so we are on our way to watch, season 3, but we have to watch those in between episodes. And now we're watching the one titled Lost Girls Part 1 and Part 2. Let's watch the episodes.
I don't want to die here! Don't kill me!
Yeah, I think I remember. Well, I did not see it, but I think I remember which this episode is gonna connect to.
Tomorrow, during the Scout Regiment's 57th recon mission, I'll capture Eren Yeager.
Oh, it didn't quite work out. I'm sorry to tell you that, but it didn't work out.
Annie! Best of luck dealing with you-know-what!
In some shows, we know that, a villain for season 1, you probably never see them until, like, if they're gonna return. But in this one, it's like they're dead, but you continuously see them. And I don't think she's dead, but also, there's a possibility that she might wake up again in the future.
Surrounding your daughter's disappearance, I have questions.
Suppose I can take that to mean you haven't found her as of yet. Freelancers only use their heads for one thing, coming up with ways to divest me of my money. I'd like to believe that I've always had a good eye for people. You may be a rookie, but my eyes tell me that you're capable and that you're someone I can trust to follow through once you've given your word.
Oh, that is true. She followed through. Kind of failed on taking Eren, but still, she followed through and tried.
Right then. The circumstances of her disappearance, you said?
Yes.
She had been gone for 2 days before I decided to report her missing.
The Marlene Company is in bad shape, yet Stratman still manages to live in luxury. Then there's Carly Stratman. She could find work easily with that chemistry degree. Why hasn't she? And if her father's business is in decline, why doesn't he care that she hasn't? What a strange family. No. If she and her dad are strange, me and mine are freaks.
Oh, I mean, obviously, you are freaks. That's obvious. Okay. Maybe there's another thing. Maybe there's something more than she meant than what I'm thinking.
Live life, understand?
Absolute obedience. Those were the only words that existed between me and my father. Wait, I assumed that Carly was living off of...
And if you know this girl,
You know her, right?
The hell we do. Now why don't you run home and cry to your daddy before I get any funny ideas?
seriously, look at the uniform. What do you think they're gonna do to her? I mean, they kind of just look at their side and thought they would, take her down.
That looks like corduroy. Possession of illegal drugs gets you 3 to 5 years in prison. However...
Screw you! Get out of here!
I was saying that if you tell me whatever you know about the girl in the picture, I'll forget everything I saw here. Sound good?
Yeah, yes.
That's Carly. She was a regular here. That girl's one of the most generous people I've ever met.
Don't want to go home tonight.
Whoa, wait a minute. Look, it's because we thought she might have gotten mixed up in something bad.
Like what?
This business was in shambles. And yet, Carly was loaded, always had been. We figured it was dirty cash, you know? So when you turned up asking about her, we thought you had come to arrest her. On top of that, there was a guy who came looking for her before you, and he was as crooked as they come.
Who's it?
Him.
He wore a real fancy suit, and it looked like one of his eyes was fake. It was red.
Not putting my book down yet. You should talk to Carly's boyfriend. I bet he
Who
would
is
know
it?
what she was up
Who's the boyfriend?
than us.
Give me his name and address.
His name's Kempa Bolts. Couldn't tell you his exact address. But it's on South Ocken Street.
What? I don't know him!
About Carly and Kempa.
When you do this kind of job for long enough, you end up learning all sorts of things.
No, that was the. I knew that was the answer. So telling me she felt bad about everything she did with people she killed.
How am I doing?
And then she continued, trying to do the same thing.
Quits. At this point, I've paid Hitch back and then some.
Miss, we've arrived.
Could you wait until I get back?
Guess
Answer my questions.
you're a real comedian, girlie. As the heat
Yeah, gonna get beaten.
seems to me it's cause you're overdressed. 225. He's on the 3rd floor.
That's all you needed to do in the first place.
Stohess District Military Police. Are you home, sir? I have some questions for you.
He's right outside. We know that.
Shit!
Come on, say something! Tell me you're sorry! Blubber and apologize like you always do! Hurry it up! You getting proud, you dumb bastard? Stay right there!
Will be continued. That's what the next episode. Nice. I thought it was the girl.
He must have died fairly recently. Kempa Bolts.
I don't know if that is gonna work, but we'll see. Okay.
The doctor. I'll probably be walking with a limp for the rest of my life.
Thought, she killed her own father, but that seemed to be the case.
You've made me proud already. But I know that you can get even stronger.
You know what? I want to see that fight with Mikasa to see who is stronger now. She might probably win because of, based on the training that I'm seeing.
Could someone have killed Kempa and then abducted Carly from his apartment? It's possible. But you'd think they would have locked the door as they left to keep that neighbor out. Maybe the killer just wanted Kempa's...
No sudden moves. Come along quietly, and we won't have to kill you here. We'd much prefer to avoid making a scene.
You know, this time you rather cooperate so that you know more about it.
Probably Glass. You'll know him when you see him.
Hands up. Well, isn't this a pretty little... You need to learn your place here real fast, bitch. Calm down. Let's not be savages, Lou.
I take it I must have...
She knows that, she's a Titan. She's like, you shoot me, I'm gonna simply change to a Titan, so I'm not gonna die.
They're doing.
So this is about Carly Stratman. Do you know where she is? You have to, right?
You'll never learn what we know.
You do realize that my comrades will be hot on my heels, don't you?
Actually, I think that's a lie.
Back, I could sink through that industrial waste in peace.
Hand it over, Lou. Are you kidding me, Walt?
So she need the ring. They need to attach in. That's probably the reason
Not to her, huh?
for me.
Give it here. Whoa, cool! What is this? Is it coated with poison?
Why not? You're that stupid.
See? 10 to 13. But this time, you only did it for the arm, nothing more.
Appeared out of nowhere and ruined everything. It's like you're a titan.
Oh, I am imitating.
Carly is that...
What? Who shot him?
You're still alive.
So are you.
Tell me where to find Carly.
197 Van Gelder. It's a second floor apartment here in Stowes. Every damn time. Right when you're ready to take that final step. Something...
Sorry, man. But he always had the all questionable.
It's just how life has always gone.
So he's not dead. Or he's gonna die.
Finally. Some peace and quiet.
So he's gonna die.
It's time, Peter. Dad's coming home. How?
Bitch! Kill her! Fine, leave it to me!
Shit! Damn you!
Last time it didn't work, and you're gonna try it again.
Is Carly inside this building?
Yes, yes.
I never met you or Wald, and you must be Carly Stratman. Your father's been worried. I'll escort you home.
No.
What's the hurry? Why don't we get a drink first? This is for you.
What is it?
Bag of donuts.
Don't think I've ever had one.
So delicious.
Think I'm gonna miss this town.
You don't have to leave, do you? Just tell your dad you're done making corduroy.
I'm the only person. Get some rest, you've earned it.
I really wish I could, but I still have one last thing to do.
And that's capture a rain. Oh, and tell your father, that
You've got
I
a good
didn't
nose.
find
Yes, they used to
your
make these
daughter.
cigarettes in Walmaria back in the day. All good things are dying off, it seems. I may have the world's only stash.
I've more or less confirmed that you killed Kempa Bolts.
I'll smoke as I please, thank you.
I've had to soak in the stench of booze and cigarettes all day now.
I'm tired of it.
With this shit.
And what has you so... You will let me smoke in my cell, right?
You won't be going to a cell.
So what now?
What made you decide to help?
Must be done, dear. You need to complete your mission no matter what. In the meantime, we can spare no effort. Understand?
Why they hiding his face? Is he somebody we know, or somebody that is gonna play a huge role in the third season, or something like that?
Headed to the capital 3 days ago with her lover, Kempa Bolts. The two were likely carrying forged travel permits, in which case they'll have passed through the checkpoints using false names. Their new aliases are unknown, as is the identity of the individual who forged their travel permits.
So she's not gonna survive the whole Titan thing that went on later on.
You aren't seriously out looking for that runaway girl right now, are you? Whatever.
Today, during the Scout Regiment's 57th recon mission, I'll capture Eren Yeager.
We know that it didn't work out very well. But that's how it ends. Okay, so that is the storyline, the Lost Girls Wasina Goodbye storyline, and this one is more focused on N. And I thought in this episode is when we're gonna see the fight that we were promised in season 2, between N and Mikasa. Unfortunately, it's not gonna happen in these 2 episodes. They did not happen in these 2 episodes. Why did they make that kind of promise and never, really never made an episode about it, after that? Still, I'm waiting for that episode. I wanna see the fight. I wanna know who's gonna win. It's really one of the things that I'm looking forward to since season 3. But there's a chance that I know that they are not gonna do that in season 3. So yeah. But also, the Lost Girls, I wasn't really expecting to see any. And I know for a fact that we're gonna see in any storyline where we kind of focused more on her story, like her background and everything like that. Well, this one was indeed focused on Anne and everything, but it was not focused on her background. We did learn a little bit more about her background, where she came from and everything like that. Well, not much, but about the training part, and that's it. We don't really know much about where she comes from and everything like that. And I assume that where she comes from is where the Colossal and the Armored Titan come from. So they were like, if we tell you more about that, you are gonna ruin something that we are preparing for you for the 3rd season. So we're just gonna, find another story where we focus more on Annie, and we are gonna give you how she kind of came through to do what she did at the end of the season 1. You find out, and how she how difficult it was for her to end up trying to capture Eren and everything that she was trying to do. Well, that really didn't happen in the end of season 1. I believe it was episode 16, 17, or 18, somewhere around there. And it was like when they went into the forest and everything like that. That's when she was trying to. This is like before that episode, so it's not really like in the end of this like season 1's final. It's not something like it's not there, but early on, and she failed on that. Well, she kind of succeeded, but also failed. When you really think about everything that is happening, the 2nd season, and knowing that there's somebody like a Kong Titan, somebody who's actually in control of Kong Titan, I would believe that the person who has been sending the female Titan and the Armored and the Closer to actually get Eren, because some reason. And I will say this in the final of season 2, that I do believe that person is actually Eren's father. I don't know why he's doing this, everything that he's doing, but I do have a strong feeling that it is Eren's father. And I may be wrong. Maybe somebody that we don't know, new character or anything like that, but we never saw Eren's father since the beginning of the 1st season, like the 1st episode. He just disappeared, he just went out, then we never saw him again. Obviously, by now, you should know that something happened to his family, and he should have come back running to see if his son, and the wife, Mikasa are still alive, but he never did. And I do believe that's one of the reasons why we have to think like, okay, he might be the person behind this, because obviously when somebody is close to you, something like that, you hear something that has happened to your village, something like that, you would come back running to see if maybe your family survived or anything like that, but he didn't. And obviously we can't really blame Ellen to, like, he should have thought about this and all that. But Eren also thinks that maybe his father is also dead, has been eaten by the Titans and everything like that. Or he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He's never gonna think that his father is in the one causing all these problems. But I do want to see how he's gonna react to the fact that his father might be the person behind everything that has been happening since, like, the death of his mother and everything like that. So I'm really interested in seeing that, how that works. And also the one person who kind of sent the film Titan and all that, and trying to kill him, or sort of like, yeah. And this one, obviously, I'm kind of going off road about. I'm should be talking more about Annie, but this one, it was more about Annie being a detective, like sort of like that, because she joined the military police, right? Not the survey police. I think it was the military police. So yeah, obviously that's a part of the job, doing this kind of job. And the story was more about what the drugs and everything like that. But we know that these things are never gonna really play a huge part this season. Well, I do think they're never gonna play a huge part of this season. I thought maybe they were just made up or part of the, like, they just thought about what is happening in the social and the real life. Then they thought of drugs. Then they thought, police kind of deal this kind of thing. So let's just give a story to any that has to do with the drugs and everything like that. But doesn't really contrast anything to what is gonna happen in the future or anything like that, or does not play a huge part or not play any part whatsoever. So they were like, we need to make sure that she also, when she's doing that, she also have to deal with the possibility, not the possibility, but the thought of what she's gonna do in the next day and everything like that, and how he struggles and everything like that. So I do believe that's the reason why they kind of wrote it this way. It's not something that we're gonna focus on or have gonna have an impact against the Titans. I don't think so. But we will never know until the season ends. But I doubt it, like, very, very much. I really doubt it that's gonna happen. But the fact that also that she kind of have somewhat of a struggle based on what she has done to, how many people she has killed, and what she's gonna do. She's not just like, yeah, I'm happy about what I'm gonna do tomorrow, but she's like, I have to do it. Like, she has been taught. She has been taught that she likes that. Not she likes that. She has to be like that. She has to be strong, and you always follow a mission, always complete a mission and everything like that. So when you really are that kind of person who has been taught that way, it's really difficult for you to just make the right decision, because you believe that completing the mission is the right decision. And a father told you that she has to complete the mission, and the mission, might be this. And when you really do think about it, if their father also told her something, is their father also Aaron's father? I'm just saying. It is just an idea, an opinion. Like, there's a possibility, but maybe also father could have another wife on the other side, and on the other side also have another child and another wife. So they're like, go and get your brother, we need him here. Then the brother kind of defeated the sister at the end of the series, because obviously the brother does not know this is the sister, and obviously the sister is doing something wrong and destroying a lot of people. So all of that, put it together, obviously the brother would end up doing what he did. But I'm just throwing an idea, because what would be the reason of concealing his face if he's not Aaron's father, or if he's not somebody we know? Because they've been doing that since even in the final episode of season 1. Every time they kind of do a flashback on any, they kind of just didn't really show us his face. So we don't really know his face. So if we just really think about that, it just makes me think that it might be Aaron's father. And I think I might have to go back into the final episode of season 2 to check if that person was, at the end you kind of saw the person standing on the arm of the Kong Titan, to actually see if that person was, having somewhat of a supporting, the supporting those who the supporter, well, I'm calling it a supporter, to whatever, for people who are disabled or if one leg or something like that, I'm just have to see if that is the case, then I'm actually believing that it might be Eren's father, and well, that will just make me like, okay, now we need to know how this end up happening. I mean, maybe different, obviously different mothers, but still, I really want to know based on the series how they're gonna write this. Because obviously, sometimes when you think this is gonna happen, they won't end up doing something the opposite. So it's always interesting because you really never know what you are seeing is really what is gonna happen. So yeah, I know what to do now that I do think about it. I think I'm gonna go back to the last episode of season 2 to just to check if that person really needed support. Because if he really needed it, yeah, it's Annie's father, and to be honest, it will be more like Annie's father than Eren's father. But I'm still holding that it is Eren's father. Like my high percentage is still on like Eren's father than it is Annie's father. So yeah, uh, these are my two greatest bets when it comes to who the person behind this is. Maybe there's someone else behind it, but we will figure out in the next season, I guess. So with that being said, guys, make sure that you leave a like, subscribe. We'll see in the next season. I do believe the next episode will be the beginning of this, the third season. So yeah, we'll see you there. Goodbye.